Alright, we're into full-blown springtime. Actually, the conditions here are more like summertime drought. Very little rain and 90-degree temperatures. I'm going to show you a way that'll almost eliminate your weeding and keep your tomatoes and or other crops evenly moist under most conditions. Not all, but most. You'll find this interesting. A way to recycle some things and save yourself a lot of work in the long run. Let me get some materials together and we'll start on this. Alright, I've got my materials here. Here's the big secret. Newsprint. We're going to take this newsprint. I've got it doubled up, folded twice. I'm going to cut this corner out. Nothing fancy. Cut the corner out. And we're going to open it up. And there we have it. I'm going to put this down over our plants. Now, these plants are big enough that it'll be a little bit of work. There you have it. Not a lot to it. What that does is it keeps moisture in, keeps light out, keeps weeds from growing under your paper in your rows. I'd like to be able to do my whole garden this way. I just don't have enough newspaper saved up. But the newspaper will lay there and compost and add organic matter, which is the wood pulp, to your soil. When you till it in the winter, next spring, whenever, it virtually disappears. You won't even know it was there once you till. There's a couple more little items. Take a break for a minute. Let me put a couple more on and I'll show you a couple little tricks. Because you don't want the newspaper laying in your garden. I'll show you how to hide it. Alright. I've done 4 tomato plants down through there. Like I say, this will work with peppers. It'll work with virtually anything that you single plant. And your row crops, you can put it up close to your rows. Now, you use only newsprint, which is the black and white, basically. Yes, there's some color on it, but it's not the shiny photo-looking paper. I don't know how that'd react, so I'm going to tell you to stick with just the plain newspaper. And you have this big, ugly row of stuff down through there. Again, let me show you one more little trick to pretty up your garden. Alright, here we go. Presto changeo. I bought a bale of straw down at the local Lowe's. Spread it on top of the newspaper. It'll help get that newspaper composting. It'll keep your garden moisture. It works into the soil well. There's a multitude of reasons, and it pretties up your garden. Now, I don't grow vegetables to save money. I grow them for the quality of the produce you get. It's second to none, and you know how it's being treated. It's just all around good, and good for you, I think, to get out and work in your garden, enjoy the fruits of your labor. We'll carry on with some other tips, but this will virtually keep you from hoeing in that area. Now, if you moved into the between the row area and were to put paper down and straw it as well, then you'd have virtually a weed-free garden. I'm not going to say one or two won't try to pop up through the paper. Once you get this down, and then I would wet it with a garden hose just to get everything kind of laid down so the wind won't blow it away. You'll find that you'll enjoy your garden rather than having to work in it all the time. It may be a labor of love, but 95-degree heat with a hoe in your hand at 4 o'clock in the afternoon is not my idea of a great time. Well, happy gardening. Hope this helps. All right, here we have a semi-completed row. As you can see, it looks much nicer than a lot of things you could do. No one will ever know that that newspaper's under there protecting against weeds, and the straw and the newspaper will work into your soil and build it better for next year, for better fruit production or crop production, and water retention in your soil. I highly recommend straw rather than grass clippings. Grass clippings have a lot of weed seeds. Straw has very few. Plus, it will keep the roots cool down there, keep them moist and nourished. It's just a win-win deal. And a little work now will save you a lot of work later. Enjoy your garden.